Hey guys, Steve Watcher, Beam Toyota in Nashville. Wanted to show you something that's going to help at least one of my customers, plus hopefully several of you other guys. Want to show you the dimensions on the back of the 4Runner in 3 different configurations. Now you might think that there's only 2, which is with third row and without, but there's actually a third one, which is with third row, without third row, and with cargo tray. So those dimensions could be important to you. So I definitely wanted to show you guys all of those dimensions, and we're going to have some fun. So first off, going to kind of give you an overview. You can see that's the one with the cargo tray. These are both limiteds that I'm showing you right here. The other one's an SR5. So this is with the third row. Third row is folded down. You can always tell by that module right there that it has a third row. And then you can tell over here, this one is without the third row, no cargo tray. This one's in an SR5. The back looks very similar, so that's not going to be too much of a difference. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure up this 4Runner right here that does not have the third row in it. So I'm going to kind of do this the way I've done some of the other ones. If we go to the back of the seat right here, you can kind of get an idea, and we're going to look at, let's call it 42, because you got a little bit of leeway there. We'll call it 42 or so on the bottom. If you come up and you're on the back of the seat a little higher, we're probably looking in the 30, we'll call it 35 to 36 range, somewhere around in there. All right. Your width of your opening, all right, I'm going to do the opening right there. You're coming, we'll call it right around, say 49. Let's, for safety's sake, maybe call it 48 on your measurement there. If I'm looking straight on right now, yeah, 48 and a half to somewhere around, yeah, 48. We're going to call it right at 48, all right? Just for practical purposes. We're going to go from the bottom sill right here, going up to the top, and we're right at 36 on that, all right? So 36 puts us there. That's going to be your door opening, of course. Now, something I didn't do on some of the other ones was in between your wheel wells, which I know is important, and I'm sorry I jostle a little bit while I'm doing this, but you can kind of see here. So we're going to call that right about 44, maybe 44 and a half in your wheel wells there. And then above your wheel wells, which I'll be kind of looking right here, I gotta kind of, once again, jostle just a little bit. We're going to show you, call that about 58, right? So give or take 58 there. Given your dimensions, like I said, this is the 4Runner that does not have the third row in there. All right, I'm going to pop over here, and some of the dimensions will be the same. The main dimension you'll notice that's going to be different is going to be this up-down dimension. So if we look at it, I've got us right down here. We're going to come up. We're at 30. We're going to call it 31 and a half, all right? I believe the other one was at 36, if I remember correctly. So 31 and a half to 36, that is your difference by having that module in there. So if you don't need the third row and you want the extra cargo room, that could be important to you. So definitely wanted to mention how that is. Your door opening, all of that's going to be the same. In between your wheel wells should be the same as well. They haven't changed the 4Runner design in a while, so the dimensions are going to be the same pretty much from an 11 on. You're at about 44 on this one here. All right, and then your dimension to the back is going to be pretty much the same, but that module does throw you off just a little bit. So you're, what, 40 and a half it looks like there? Somewhere right around in there, 40 to 40 and a half. But obviously on top of that module, you're going to be back to about 37 or so. So just taking a look at that, of course. Now, when you come over to this one, you're going to see your cargo tray is here. Once again, your opening and all that's going to be the same. Your cargo tray's dimension is actually, what, about, the usable space is probably that 29 mark, but your whole tray is about 33 and a half or so. But how far are you when you come down to the top of the tray and you come up to your top here? Just shy of 32 and a half, it looks like. So kind of get a better look there. 32 and a half, that's what you're going to be from that. So that being said, like I said, there's 3 different ways that you can measure it depending on 3 different vehicles that you're looking at. Now, if you want, I'll go ahead just because somebody's gonna ask. So if we put this down, you might wonder how far we can go. Now obviously, this seat is going to matter on how far it's forward, but I'm just going to kind of give you an idea based off of this. So if that seat's pretty far back, this one right here is going to about 70 inches or so. So conceivably you'd have 6 feet. I mean, if you just kind of go to just a different spot on the seat, you can see I can get 6 foot there. Move that seat all the way forward, and I'd be willing to bet you're going to get 7 feet or better just behind that seat. And why don't we go ahead and do that? Just because I don't want to leave it to question. That's why I'm measuring everything for you guys here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this seat forward. And that could take a second, but like I said, just giving you your measurements here. And if you're hauling something, maybe you don't have somebody in that seat. So I put that seat pretty far forward. You can see there's not a whole lot of legroom left up there, giving you your dimensions here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now, and you can see that's definitely a much bigger area. And I'm going to go to that hump that's in the middle of the seat because that could stop you. And what you'll see here, we're looking at about 80 inches. So we're just shy of 7 feet. To close the door, maybe 82 actually. If we're looking straight down, yeah, we're about 82 on the straight down here. So that is, like I said, your dimensions on the 4Runner, whether you've got the seat down, whether you got that forward. Obviously this wheel well right here is going to come into play for you guys, whether or not you can slide something in. Like I said, your module is going to cost you just a few inches. What are you, 4.5 inches or so there that your module will cost you? That is, like I said, for your 3rd row seat. So if you don't need a 3rd row seat and the cargo room is more important to you, maybe that's the way you go. Maybe the 3rd row is the most important and you just need to know how much cargo room you got. But like I said, this is mainly for Chad. Wanted to make sure that you had the dimensions on this, and I thought that other people could also benefit from seeing the dimensions on the inside of your 4Runner. And I believe I got all of them that you're gonna need. So Steve Welch with Beaman Toyota in downtown Nashville. Definitely like, subscribe, everybody. I appreciate every one of you guys for getting me over 5,000 subscribers. We're going for 6 now. So let's have some good times and keep bringing you videos that hopefully help you guys to know the car that you can buy, what fits what you need, of course, when you're coming to looking at measurements and that. So obviously there's different reasons that people would need to know those. And then obviously, like I said, if 3rd row works for you in the 4Runner or not, there is something to consider with the loss of space that you have with that module. So definitely consider all of that. Steve Welch, Beaman Toyota in downtown Nashville. I hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you guys down here. If you want to buy a car, definitely reach out to me. Like, subscribe. You guys can always reach me at buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. That comes directly to me. You can always get my answers that way, or definitely comment. I will answer most of the comments as well, as long as you're asking a question. So definitely, Steve Welch, Beaman Toyota. We're here in downtown Nashville. You guys have a great day. Talk to you soon.